Okay, I want to say a quick hi everybody and welcome. I hope everybody's enjoying the videos on my channel. I'm not the best artist or animator, but I love to do art and I love to do animation. In this video I'm just going to be talking to you though, okay? It's very rare that I do a video like this, just talking to you, talking to the camera. But I feel there's a little need to do it, okay, because I want to remind everybody that there's a human being behind all of the creation or all of the show, if you want to call it a show, and recently I saw a video online, and I want to say a thank you to someone. Okay, I got a couple of comments on some of my videos, or I just saw a couple of comments on my video, by a guy called Thomas Norton. Okay, so hello Thomas Norton, how are you? Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for your kind words on my art and animation. I went and checked out your channel and I subscribed too. I look at a lot of different artists online. I look at lots of different artists, mainly digital artists, not only digital artists, but mainly digital artists, because it's what I'm doing, so that's what I like to do. I like to work digitally, but I do look at a lot of different artists out there. I like artists such as that Feng Zhu guy, FZD or FZD Design, whatever it is, Academy. There's a channel there about concept art. It's amazing. I like a lot of different artists, like Mark Crilly. Okay, Mark Crilly. There's a lot of different ones. There's some guy called Manga White. There's who else is there? Artists I like, of course, Draw with Jazza. If anybody knows Jazza, these guys are all very creative individuals, and there's some very good painters out there too, who also do a lot of like realistic, traditional painting, like on canvases. I've always been a massive fan of Bob Ross, the legend. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of people who joke about him, but I love to watch Bob Ross's videos sometimes. He was an amazing human being too, just like what I'm talking about here. Okay, it's not just about the art. There is a special human being behind the creation of these visuals. Art comes from within, but it also comes from a human being that has a perception. I don't want to say a perception, but a reception of the earth, of the world. Someone who goes around and takes it all in. And has this this imagination, developed over the years, and they can see more, and they're very creative people. Another artist who I really like is Kim Jong. Wait for it. Kim Jong-gi, if I'm pronouncing it right. Is a bald-headed artist with glasses from Korea, and he draws. There's a lot of drawing. Now, I've always been better at drawing than painting, so I like to look at his work very much, and I like drawing, and I like painting too. But I do everything digitally, as I say. I do a lot of different kinds of art. I'm really inspired by manga and anime, manga, whatever, anime, that kind of stuff, comic book stuff, comics, animation, all that. That's a little bit on my background there, but I do like to look at some nice, like, realistic paintings too, and I like to look at all of that as well. So these are some of the people that inspire me. I'm not going to go into too much detail and talk about other ones here just yet. There's a lot, but I want to say now, there's a human being behind the art, and I just started watching this video by Thomas Norton. Right? Hi Thomas Norton. Check out his channel. It looks good. He's put some videos up. It seems like you're focused on art. I also saw there were some other videos, maybe something related to exercise too, which is also a point. In the video, this introduction kind of video, okay, that he's got here. The name of the video is something along the lines of how to overcome fear of starting a YouTube channel. Now I want to say I didn't actually get to finish the whole video, but I had to stop it right there because I wanted to say something here. Okay, I want to say this. It's true. I think it's a great thing that, you know, what not Richard. I mean, my name's Richard, as I say, not Richard Norton. Thomas Norton. Okay, so it's a good thing that what he's done here is saying, addressing this fact that a lot of people are just afraid to get out there, you know, and express themselves, like show some creative ability or talent, for fear of the public, you know. But there's one thing we have to remember in life, that there's always people that you can say like have better or worse ability than us, or just different outlooks or different opinions about different things. It doesn't matter what they think, because ultimately art's personal. It comes from you. It's the same as creating music. Now let me tell you a bit more about myself for people that don't know. I've mentioned this stuff before. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff. I've been a martial artist for many years. I'm not a big tough guy or anything. I used to get bullied in school. I've been mugged and stuff. I'm someone who's been through a lot in my life. That confidence is, you know, it's been a challenging thing for me. I'm not like the most confident tough guy or anything like that either. But I've always been understanding of myself. I've never become suicidal or become like some become some addict of drugs or smoking or drinking alcohol. I don't do any of those things. I'm not religious, but I'm kind of religious about myself, you know, in terms of like taking care of the body, the human body, and health. I don't need to compete with anyone in what I do. The most important thing is you have a healthy mind and a healthy body. So I've been teaching martial arts too for many years. I'm not a big tough guy or anything like that. I'm not really into MMA either. I practice mainly Kung Fu system. Now some people think that's nonsense, but I've been training Kung Fu for many years and other martial arts. For many years, since back in 2008 when I moved to China, because as I say, I was born in the UK. But I moved to China, you know, and I'm married to a Chinese woman, as I say. And my life changed when I came to China. I had to learn a new language, but I continued learning martial arts. When I first started my martial arts learning, that was when I was 12 years of age, back in London, where I was born in the UK. I've studied a number of different martial arts over the years. I'm not going to go into too much detail now, but karate, kickboxing, various kung fu systems and stuff, and weapons training too, for self-defense and health. But the philosophy of the martial arts is so deep, and not everybody's a martial artist, you know, or even a fitness freak, but it's like there's a philosophy there about just living a humble life, that you're just honestly, powerfully true to yourself, honest to yourself. I believe honesty is the way to be. So someone who can have like such a vision inside of them to create something rather than destroy, okay? It's not just humble nonsense here. It's like someone that can actually create some visuals, you know, make a movie, or be a very good artist or animator or musician, which brings me on to other things I want to say, or a writer. I'm not the best at everything. I'm not like what do you call it, a master of all, also a jack of all trades, master of none. But I do have a lot of passions. I would say martial arts has kept me going all these years. I've actually taught some to people too on the side. Yeah, but art, drawing and painting has always been like my passion ever since I was young, particularly drawing. When I was a young boy, I had papers everywhere, you know, and my mum would ask me, what pictures do you want to keep, you know, because there's like bags of pictures, what ones do you want to throw out, you know? So I was always drawing. I was bullied in school, as I say. I did take an art and design course, but then what happened was I just left because there was trouble, like some violence in the place, and I wanted to get away from that as well, and messed that up as well for me. But it wasn't a very good course anyway. It wasn't the right one for me as such. But I've always dreamt of doing big things with my art. I've always dreamt of being able to really, seriously, make some money from it. I wouldn't care if I made less money than whatever job I work at. If I could do something creative like that with my art and animation and live off of it, that would be my dream. I'm not talking about making a living off of art, you know, just because I want to make lots of money. I'm saying just to literally live off of it, just have enough to live, or even on the side, just make some money. Like recently I started a Patreon channel as well. I'm not going to go into detail now in this video, but again, it's Silo Sketch, the same as my YouTube channel name. But I've always been trying to get my stuff out there, but I understand this thing about courage and like being nervous about, people being nervous, whether you're artists, musicians, whatever it is that you want to make a channel about. I mean, there's people making a lot of like YouTube channels. Some people post a lot of negative stuff on YouTube and Facebook too, just violent stuff, or just rants, just talking all the damn time to the camera about simple things that matter to them, but it's personal. But there's a lot of negativity online, and there's a lot of negativity in the world too. But the ultimate thing is, you're not a slave to people, and you shouldn't live your life with the idea that you need to impress people. And the most important thing is the passion for it. So whether I'm able to make money off of art or not, I'm still happy to do it. It's my one thing that I love to do. Martial arts keeps me healthy and fit. Art is the deep main thing I really love in my heart. Not to just create something to impress people, because how can you impress someone because they've got a different set of values and stuff to you anyway. What art means to me is it's my expression of the storytelling that I want to tell. I admire filmmakers. I love filmmaking. I like to make short little movies myself too, as well as videos like online talking. I've got different channels on YouTube for different things. But I made this channel as a new channel, started last year, near the end of last year. I made this Silo Sketch channel to be really focusing on art and animation mainly, and so to do it, get it out there. I do a lot of things in my free time. I write short mini books, ebooks and stuff, books, fiction. I write fiction, I write scripts, and I try to turn those scripts into animated cartoons or comics. I just practice a lot of drawing all the time as well. I create characters, I make the music, the background music in my short movies and cartoons and stuff. I do it all myself. I do the voice acting myself, so you hear me doing different kinds of voices and accents and stuff too. I do express myself freely, so sometimes I'll swear and say certain things. I mean, it's kind of like South Park, some people like it, some people hate it, sort of thing. So I'm speaking nicely and normally here. I'm a normal person, but there's got to be many sides to a person who's got a good imagination, and can apply it in many different ways. Different kinds of storytelling, different kinds of characters. You can create those worlds and those vast characters just like a filmmaker does, because they're able to see and understand the different kinds of real people in the world and see it all. Someone who's ignorant with a closed mind won't be able to see anything but their own way, and they won't be able to create anything. And so the fear turns them into a negative person that just puts everything down and never creates anything. And they're just maybe just thinking about money all the time, and they just bring themselves down and waste life and get some bad addictions. And some people, they just bring themselves so down. I'm glad to say that through some of the hardships I've faced in my life, and I really have been through a lot, some people would go crazy, but there's always people that have got it worse than you, But the thing is, I've never become suicidal or become some criminal or whatever. I've just been focused on myself. I know the truth, and as long as you know you're not trying to harm anyone, either mentally or physically, that's the most important thing. So the spirit of the martial arts and the kung fu also guides me in life, and it always has done. I'm a deep philosophical person. I've got philosophy, so I've got my own philosophy on life, based on the Chinese philosophy like yin and yang and that kind of stuff. The Tao. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I grew up watching so many kung fu movies. I like all kinds of movies, providing there's a good story in there and it's not just directed at pure violence. I like all kinds of music. I was born in the 80s, so I love a lot of this 80s style music, okay? I make my own music too, and I make my own rap albums as well. So I do a lot of different things. But as I say, I don't like anything that's violent, just pure violence for the sake of it, like negativity. I like it if there's a positive message in there, and that's what I like. So I like to create music, I like to create art, I like to train martial arts, I like to make videos on different topics, open-minded talk, martial arts, again, short movies, writing books. I've even tried to make some simple games using some simple software. I love to create. I grew up playing computer games. My favourites were Street Fighter, Shenmue on the Dreamcast. It's an amazing game, the Shenmue series. again, martial arts orientated. So a lot of the cartoons I do are based on that kind of thing. But yeah, who doesn't like a story about a good hero? You might call it cheesy, but you know, it's like the old Rocky movies and stuff, and all that, you know. But this is what I'm saying. It's the love of passion. It shouldn't be a fear of making a YouTube channel, and the fear of making it as high tech as possible in advertising. I understand people want to make money and stuff. I'd like to make stuff. I've been making videos online on various channels since 2008, and I've not had anywhere near half the amount of subscribers that some people have had. I've never had that many. But I keep sharing and creating. So my advice to people out there, anyone, is to keep passionate and keep creating. You know, whether you decide to leave comments turned on your videos or not, you know, I sometimes leave the comments part switched off, sometimes I leave it on for communication. But you shouldn't worry about someone's criticism. It's very nice to get nice comments, but if you get criticism, don't worry about it. Don't live, I don't want to say don't live for others, I mean don't live for yourself. Don't live to just be a slave to others, just trying to impress others. Make sure you impress yourself, and the more you practice, the more you will enjoy it. I really support people out there that are creative, and take a stand, because it's your place to stand and step in life and do what you want to do, you know. So this is what it's really about, the human being behind it of all. There's always people that are, you know, they know different things to you. They're better or worse or whatever you want to say, but there's different people. You are you. The more you practice, the more you'll improve, and what you enjoy, you'll always do. I don't live in my life to just work and earn money. My free time, I'm always thinking about creating. I wish I could live off of doing art and animation, and I really do. You know, the years are passing. We're not going to be around forever, but as long as we create in life, I think that's the most important thing, you know. That's the enjoyment we get. If there's no enjoyment in life, what's the reason to live? You keep healthy so you can live, but you need to have some focus and calmness and what makes you feel good. You know, what do you enjoy doing? That's what it's about. If you can reach out and inspire people with what you do, good, but it's because they like what you do and they're already inspired by such things and they want to do similar things. You can't necessarily inspire a guitar player to take up the drums or learn a new language or learn art if that person just loves playing the guitar all day, and he does that all day, you know. So I want to say a big thank you to anyone who watches my channel here, and I hope you understand that, okay? I hope you enjoy anything I do, everything and anything on my channel. Don't forget I do have a Facebook page. If you go down below in the links, below this video, look in the description and you'll see links to all of my other platforms that I'm using, okay? Quite a lot there. But this is the main one for art. Here I go, Cello Sketch here on YouTube. Thank you very much. My name is Richard, as I say, Richard Clark. And I want to say again, thank you to everybody for comments that you've been leaving me. And thank you to Thomas Norton, okay? Thomas Norton, I'm going to be checking out your channel too. Thanks for the support. I wish you well with your channel too. And, you know, what we get from creation and art, that's what it's all about. You know, have a story to tell, get excited about exploring your imagination. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Get inspired and motivated by looking at other people's art. That's what I do. I don't like shallowness. People just shallow, trying to sell themselves in life, trying to put something out there because certain people like a certain style. No, it's got to be something that comes from you. You can be inspired by other styles, but something that comes from you, and the characters are your own, and there's something you want to tell their story, you know. That's what it's about. That's the real human behind it. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes all the legendary stuff that's been done in the past so special, because it was a creative thing. It was new, you know. It was unique to the people who did it. Thanks so much. You take care now. Thanks for watching.